What's going on, my little bundle of chestnuts? It's your girl, Kay Winchester here, and before anybody asks if I have an underlying STD, which would be impossible for me to have, considering I'm the virgin frickin' Kate up in here, I have a cold sore, because it is seasonal. I get them every summer, every winter, every fall, every spring, so no, I do not have herpes. So please, for the love of God, stop asking me, do you have herpes? Oh my God, are you okay? Yes, I'm fine, okay? I'm already embarrassed as it is. I was thinking about putting a band-aid over it before I started filming, but like, meh. So now that we got that out of the way, I had my glasses on because I made a list of gross / annoying / weird things that I do. Because I was thinking about making a pet peeve video, but I was just kind of like, you know what? There are so many pet peeves that a lot of people probably have about me, and today we're going to acknowledge them. Okay, and they're in ABC order because I'm like that. We'll get to that in a second. I love how the first thing I have on here are armpits. Okay. So, there's a reason. So, oh my God. You guys are probably gonna unsubscribe by the end of this video, and I totally understand. But, so, yeah, I sweat a lot. Like, it's a very embarrassing thing to admit, especially for a girl, but I do sweat profusely because I don't know if it's the long hair, I don't know if it's because of the fact that we live in frickin' Arizona, but like I could just sweat by sitting here right now in this super cold room. I could sweat just by talking because that's how my body is. And I went to the doctor about it, and I was trying to see if I had an extra sweat gland somewhere or something, but no, I'm fit as a fiddle, so I don't know, it's just how I am. So the reason why this has to do with armpits is because you can just imagine somebody walking by when I say what this has to do with armpits. They're gonna be like, I don't want to watch that video. But so the reason why this has to do with armpits is because whenever I sweat, I start to smell like onion. Because that's just apparently my natural freaking scent. But I always have, do you want to know why I have this extreme shelf of perfume and lotions and deodorants? That would be why. It's because I sweat a lot and it causes me to stink. But basically, and it's really hard to admit, and it's really embarrassing. That's why I'm smiling like a maniac. It's just how I react to something as embarrassing as that. So yeah, that is my embarrassing secret, is I sweat so much that I stink. And then I have to put something on before I leave, because when I went to school, I would put perfume and deodorant in my bag, and then whenever somebody would be like, what's that smell? I'd be like, I don't know, hey teacher, may I go to the, yes, I would raise my hand like this. I'd be like, hey teacher, can I go to the bathroom, please? And then I'd go freshen up and then come back, and yeah. And then I could smell where I was sitting and then feel so embarrassed. And I actually cried one time. I was like, girl, I'm so sorry. Like, there was one time too, like, I know I'm getting off track, but like, I want to tell you where this is going. That, but one time in sophomore year, I was sitting, this was like blazing hot outside, like 100-degree Fahrenheit temperature. So I was like smelling like rotten onion by the time I got to school. And I forgot to put deodorant in my bag because I was running late, so my mom's like, you'll be fine, just go. I wasn't fine. I sat in my history class, and this girl was a bitch to everyone. Like, everybody fucking hated her guts. But I was sitting down next to her, and I'm like this. I'm so freaking embarrassed about, I know I stink. Like, I can smell it. Like, I can tell. And I'm like, I just want to go home already. Like, I want to go home. I want to put some perfume on or something, because, yeah. But this girl was like literally making that noise for sniffing. Like, she could just be like, you know, she could have done it better, but she was like, what's that smell? And I'm over here just like writing like this. I'm so embarrassed. And out of nowhere, this girl just goes, is it you? And then she could smell me because she went like that. And then she goes, oh my God, it's Amberlee. And everybody knew that it was me and started laughing. So it was really bitchy of her to do. Like, she could have just been like, hey girl, you know, give me something, you know what I mean? Like, maybe some deodorant, maybe, I don't freaking know. But she was so mean to me. Like everybody did not need to know. I was trying so hard to hide it. But but anyway, the reason why armpits is on this list is because whenever I get so sweaty that like my brain tries to block out the fact that I stink because I'm so embarrassed, but everybody else around me, like, they can tell that I'm sweaty and they don't want to say anything because they know it's embarrassing, which, thank you to those of you who have done that. Thank you so much. You know who you are. Thank you. But I can just be like if I lift up my arms, and I could, sometimes I get so sweaty that like I lift up my arms and it's just, and I could feel it like unsticking, and it's so gross, and it's like, I hate it so much. But like sometimes when I do that, I'm like, oh my god, how bad is it? So I go like this. I go like this and then sniff. Right now I'm fine because I'm wearing deodorant, but and then I'm like, oh, and it's so gross, but like, hey man, I'm trying to do the public a favor. So, but like my nose is so like, I have a horrible nose. Like, unless something is really bad, I wouldn't be able to smell it just by going like this. Like I'd have to go all the way up in there or go like that. So it's just easier for me to go like that. It's really gross and I feel embarrassed when people see it. But like, yeah, I've gotten a few dirty looks. Like I've gotten a few of like where I think nobody's watching and then I do that really quick and people are like, and I understand why they would make that face. But like, a little respect please. I'm not some nasty freak. I'm trying to prevent myself from being nasty. I'm trying to do the world a favor to not go like nose blind because something stinks so bad. I was low-key trying not to cry because I'm so embarrassed about my fucking armpits. Okay, the next thing is not necessarily gross, it's more like annoying, but for anybody who either watches ASMR or makes ASMR or both, like me, I have this weird habit of just tapping on either what's in front of me or when I'm holding. Sometimes it's unintentional and sometimes I'm just like, you know, trying to relax and things are too quiet and my ears start ringing, so I would just go like that to give myself tingles. I would do that a lot in school too, or like when I was writing something and the whole entire room was like quiet, my ears would ring because my ears are so used to the quiet talking and the unintelligible whispering. And my ears were not used to like dead quietness, so I would take my pencils and just either shake it in front of me, or if I had like one of those ballpoint pens, I would annoy everybody else by going. I would hate it when they'd go, can you please stop? And then I would stop, but then not be able to use it, so I'd have to click it one more time in order to use it. I would be that asshole that would just be like, can you stop? And I would feel so bad, especially when they turn around like, and I'm like, sorry, I had to do it to use it. I'm sorry. If you were in school with me and you sat behind me or in front of me, I'm sorry. It was just like not good for my ears, you know, so like I had to make some type of noise. And it's also it's also I have ADHD, so like, you know, it's hard for me to sit still. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but whenever I film a video, I'm doing some stuff with my legs to like try to move them because I can't sit still for very long. So hence when I have a ballpoint pen, that's the thing. That's where that comes in. But yeah, so because of how much ASMRs I watch and how much of ASMRs I make, my friend could give me something and like, yo, smell this, this is so good. And I'd be like, you're right, it is good. And they just look at me like, yeah, can you give it back, please? Yeah, one sec. And then I'm just doing this and they're just staring at me. Oh, sorry. And they're just looking at me like, what the hell is wrong with you? So it's either unintentional or just to give myself tingles, and then my family walks in like, imagine just casually walking by somebody's room and seeing this. Sometimes smiling like that because of how good it feels in my brain. Like, I'm over here like, or like I'll just scratch. No. One time my stepmom came in to see me doing this. And she's like, why are you applying makeup? Aren't you getting ready to go to bed? Yes, I am. I'm not applying makeup. Why are you just running a brush along your face? It feels nice. I actually said it like that. I was like, it feels nice. And she just, I'm pretty sure my family thinks I'm possessed or something. But they're just like, I don't know. Hopefully it's every other ASMR artist. Hopefully it's not just me. I don't know, but bro, I'm trying to get my pen. I had to move my legs sitting crisscross applesauce because my ADHD was acting up, so. But then I was trying to get this, so I was like leaning funny. Okay, what's next? Everything ABC order. Okay. It doesn't matter what we're doing. It doesn't matter if we're going to the movies and the mall. It has to be whatever is in ABC order. And I don't know if that's like me just trying to be organized in my life, or maybe I have underlying OCD, like my therapist said one time. My family didn't take her seriously because my room was a mess, but like it doesn't just have to be cleaning. It could be anything, like organizational, color sorting, ABC order, you know, but like I have to have everything ABC order. Like if we are moving and I'm packing my stuff, usually some people would pack the biggest to the smallest. No. I pack everything ABC order. Or, okay, maybe I will do smallest to biggest to smallest, but the smallest thing has to be an A, or else I'm not going to move it. I'm just going to save it for later, you know? Like for example, my A necklace, when I start moving my necklaces when I go to Utah, that is going to be moved first because it has an A on it, and it starts with an A. My A necklace. So I don't know why that is. Like even when I'm writing something, like when I got my my senior year schedule, I was so pissed because it wasn't in ABC order. It wasn't freaking like my schedule. Let me see if I could try to remember. It was physical science, which is a P, and then it was English, which was an E. And then it was government and economics, which is a G and an E. And then it was a resource class so that I can get my credits, which is an R. And then it was lunch, which is my favorite subject. And then oh, and then it was math. It was algebra, which is an A. And then it was resource again, which is an R. I was so mad because it wasn't algebra, which is an A. And then it wasn't English, which is an E. And then it wasn't government, which is a G. I'm counting to make, I'm saying alphabet to make sure. And then it wasn't physical science, which is a P. And then it wasn't my resource class. And then it wasn't English. Which, wait, no, I think that would have pissed me off even more. But the point is, I was so mad. I was like, bitch, why? And nobody else got my pain. Like, I was like, I'm so mad that it isn't in ABC order. And they're like, that means you'd have algebra first. And I'm like, exactly. But nobody understood. Don't get me wrong, I hated algebra, but at least my life would be in order. Like, it makes me so mad. Even what I do during the day has to be in ABC order. Like, I like to read stuff. Like, I have it on my board there. The YouTubers I watch, I have to watch them alphabetically. The things that I read, I have to read alphabetically. Like, I don't So this list is alphabetical. When I start packing my stuff to go to Utah, I'm gonna get to that in a second. I already said it, but I will say it again. Everything needs to be packed from A to Z. Like, okay, maybe I will do like smallest to biggest, but the smallest thing has to be an A. It has to be an A. It just has to be. Like, it has to. Like, I'm actually starting to like get a little bit frazzled. So I'm actually starting to get frazzled. Like, I'm not even, like, a lot of people might be like, this is an insult to people with OCD. Like, I'm actually like starting to get uneasy just by talking about just the thought of things not being in ABC order when I pack. Ow. Or when Macy and I hang out, if we want to go to the movies and the mall, but we have no idea what to do first, I'm gonna say mall first because M-A, and then we can go to the movies because M-O. And then when she goes, no, let's go to the movies first, I don't want to be rude and be like, no, we're doing this first. I'm just like, okay. Like, that's literally how I say okay. I'm just like, okay. And she's like, is there a problem? No, we can go to the movies. It's fine. Because I'm just weird like that. Like, I don't understand why I'm like that, but I am. And it's just kind of like, you know, I get so upset and I get pissed when things aren't in ABC order. Like, I feel like my life is in shambles when it's not in ABC order. And I don't know why, but I just do. And it annoys the hell out of my family because they're like, well, wouldn't it be easier to go to the movies first and then go to the mall? That way we have all the popcorn, we don't have to go to the food court. No, we are going to the mall. And they're like, okay. And then I throw a tantrum like a little kid. But it's not something that I can control. Like the tantrum that they put it, it's not something is it childish? Yes. Can I control it? No. Like, it's kind of like, that's just as bad as telling somebody to stop having an anxiety attack. Like, their version of a tantrum is me having an anxiety attack. So, but we're not gonna say anything about that. So that's annoying to my family because it's like everything has to be ABC order. Even if it doesn't make sense, as long as there's an A in it, then that's what we will do first. Or even if it doesn't have an A in it, but like we want to go to Bath and Body Works and then the beach, we can go to Bath and Body Works first and then the beach. Or if we want to if we want to look at cats and we also want to look at puppies, we're going to look at cats first because CP, you know, and it's just like, I don't know why I'm like that. It started when I was 16 and it just got worse since I'm 18, but I just kind of ignore it and just feed into it, and which shouldn't be something that I do, but I do because I get so mad when it's not a certain way, and I don't know why. It just is. Even my phone games on my phone are organized alphabetically. And whenever I want to sit around and play on my phone games, I have to follow the list of the games on my phone. If I want to play paint by number, too bad, bitch. We're going to play criminal case first. And I don't understand why. I don't know. I'm going to have to bring that up in therapy. Okay, joint popping. This is both gross and annoying because I can't help it. Like I used to, whenever I would get mad, I used to punch walls. And I say used to because it's a really destructive habit, not just to yourself, but also to property that you're punching, and it's also disrespectful. But I was really mad and I couldn't control my anger, and I didn't know how to deal with anger that's all inside of me, and I'm just shaking with anger, so I just punched the wall with all my might, I had to go to the hospital one time because I had a big bruise from like here to all the way to down here. So we thought we broke my hand. So we had to go to the hospital. I was fine. I just bruised something. But literally my whole hand was like, it was purple and blue all the way like right here. And it's just, it was horrible. And my family was so mad at me. They're like, why did I tell you about stop punching walls? Why did I tell you? And I'm over here just like still pissed off. And I'm like, I'm still pissed because of whatever pissed me off. And also because I was going to the hospital and I'm like, it's not broken. I can move my fingers, see? But it would hurt like hell. I would be like, see? I can move them. It's fine. And they didn't want to take any chances. It wasn't even broken or sprained. It was just bruised. But like, whatever, okay? I'm getting really mad for some reason. I don't understand why. But the reason why punching walls has to do with joint popping is because if I don't pop my knuckles for a certain amount of times during the day, my knuckles will start not locking up, but just feeling weird. It's like a tickly feeling, and I'm like, okay, and then I go to pop them, and then they're fine. Oops, see, I just went like that to my thumb, and it popped. Nope, doesn't want to do it. My neck also. Let's see if I can do it. Oh, almost. I just wake up with new aches in my body, and I have no idea why. I got a new mattress, so you think that might be it. Like maybe my body is not used to it, but at the same time, like my muscles have been hurting since freshman year, and it's just, you know, every day I have a new muscle pain, and it's just, you know, like my neck, my shoulders. Listen to my shoulders. That's just me moving my shoulders back. Oh, it got stuck. Oh God. Okay. That wasn't good at all. That really hurt. I don't know if you guys heard that, but like I heard a pop and it got stuck like this for a second. So I had to like very slowly roll it back. Ow, I'm trying so hard not to cry. That hurt so bad. Like, oh my God. Oh. Oh my God. But, so anyway, yeah, gross joint popping. My whole family is like, stop doing that. It's gross. And I'm like, if I don't stop doing it, my neck will get stuck. So I have to keep going like that every like 15 minutes. And we'll hear like really loud joints popping and stuff, but it's, you know. So they're like, that sounds gross. That's annoying. You're gonna get paralyzed. Blah. And I'm just like, well, then at least, you know, like at least I had a good 18 years of walking. The mirror in the shower. This is just weird. Okay, so, I don't know if this is because of this, but, for some reason, so we have a shower mirror, and we have just like this random stick-on mirror in the shower, and whenever I shower, I have to have the mirror facing my head or my collarbones, because one day I was just kind of like, you know, what if the mirror was a camera that other people can spy you through? And then, but like I just thought of that one day, and then I was just like, so I was like, if you want to watch, you can watch my face. And so now I just scared myself and convinced myself that that the mirror is a camera. So I'm like, nope, you can see my collarbones. Sorry if you're Catholic or Mormon, but like, yeah, those are my collarbones. Oh, so scandalous. I hope this doesn't distract your learning. But, so, yeah, I was just like, you can see this and my face, but that's it. Like, no. And then, because of that I am so convinced that it's a camera. Or like it's like a superstition or whatever. I don't know what that word is. It's like I'm not that scared of it being a camera, otherwise it wouldn't even be in the shower anymore. It's just kind of like a what if kind of thing that got out of hand. But I'm like, well, I mean, if there's somebody watching, then they might as well see how good of a singer I am. So I will look right in the mirror and sing. I'm like, man, if these people are waiting to beat their meat, they're gonna be in for a surprise, because I'm gonna start being like, I'm gonna start singing, they're gonna be like, she's really talented. And then they're gonna call an agency because I'm so, I don't wanna like flip my hair and be like, I'm talented. They would like so beat their meat to me singing because it's like so good. But I am pretty confident about my singing voice. We're just gonna say that. I'm very confident. I hate everything else about myself, but I know that I can sing. There. So they would, they'd be like, you could stop being my mate. She's not doing anything but singing. And then they'd be like, oh yeah, right. And then they'd listen to me sing, and then they'd be like, oh, she hit that note. Hey, yes, queen, slay, honey. We need to get her on X Factor. But bro, we were watching her shower. Oh yeah, right. Well, somebody better, because she's good. You guys are gonna unsubscribe, and I do not blame you. I'm so weird. You don't want to live with me. There was somebody that was like, can I live with you? And I was just like, honey, you don't want to live with me. Because you'd be trying to sleep, and then all of a sudden you'd hear me singing in the shower all quietly, and then all of a sudden, if you love me, let me go. You'd be like, oh my god. I would help you go on the next flight though. Song reference, okay. So they find this annoying because every time they tell me, you could say something that is a lyric to a song and I will just sing the whole song. And like, for example, you could be like, oh, it's over there to the left. And then I'm over here like, to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left, everything I own in the box to the left, to the left, to the left. You must not know about me, you must not know about me. So don't you ever for a second get to thinking. See, I'm sorry. So there are, my brother watches these people called Rhett and Link on YouTube, and they started singing about their belly button. And so he said something about his belly button, so we're sitting there going, my belly button. He just said it about something about his belly button, and I'm over here just like, my belly button. It could be anything, like. Oh my gosh. Seriously, like, I would be that one person in a scary movie to get murdered because all the killer would have to do is go, Red Robin, yum. And I'd pop out going, yum. Or better yet, he'd be like, you are my fire, the one desire, believe when I say, and then from my hiding spot you hear, I want it that way, tell me why. And they'd be like, found her, and I'd be screaming, and I'm like, I never wanna hear you say, shut up! I want it that way. That's how I'm gonna die. Somebody's gonna be like trying to kill me and then just be like, Red Robin. No, I'd be like this. Red Robin. Yum. Oh my god. I'm sorry, Mom. Tendons. Okay. When I was in freshman year, my father took me into the city to see you. Okay, I'll stop. My stepmom's trying to sleep, but like, okay. when I was in freshman year, I was really fat. Like, I was actually fat. And, my fingers were like sausages, and my hands were really big too. And you couldn't see my tendons. You couldn't even tell that it was a hand. It was more like a fat person's hip or something. but like I'm not trying to be discriminatory to people who are like that. Like that, I'm just saying like that's how I was, and I'm trying to make light of the situation so that I don't cry, basically. But and then since I started losing weight and my hands look like this now, I'm just so obsessed with my tendons, and I'm like, you can see these. And my best friend's boyfriend thinks he's fat because of his belly, and I told her, I was like, and I just looked at her, and he's the skinniest person I know. I was like, tell him that if you can still see your tendons, you ain't fat. So now her and I will both be sitting there like to each other's hands. Or I'm also like, I don't want to say like obsessed with other people's tendons because that makes it sound like I have a fetish, but like I'll notice that if somebody's like doing this with their hands or like this, instead of the person's facial expressions, I'm always like looking at their tendons and the veins in their hands, and I'm just like, damn. I'm just like, damn, that person's really healthy. So I'm not looking at the veins from like a fetish, like, oh, that's so hot, daddy. Like, show me your veins again. It's more of like, you know, like I wanted to be a nurse at one point, and then like because the nurses like look at your veins to draw your blood, I was like staring at the veins like, they have good veins, like, yeah. But now I want to be a police officer, so now I'm just looking at their hands like they would be easy to put in handcuffs. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. It was too easy. I'm blushing. I'm so embarrassed. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm blushing. Oh my god. No, I think I just stare at the hands because like because I'm so obsessed with mine. I'm just like, yeah. Macy and I will stare at each other's hands and we'll just stare at each other's tendons. Like not like, it's not literally like she's like this and then I'm holding hers. It's like well, we could just be standing there and then we'll just notice each other's eyes go like this to each other's tendons. And I asked her one time, I was like, am I still skinny? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, good. So we just kind of like catch each other looking at each other's tendons, and then we make fun of it for it. And then we make fun of each other for it. And then because of me staring at Macy's tendons, because they're so freaking good, like literally, like her tendons are like this, like like it's like my skin pulled back, like that's her tendon. Those are her tendons, and I'm just staring at them like, yes. And so me getting so used to staring at Macy's tendons, I like look at other people's. Moving on. Hand movements when I talk. My family finds this annoying. But yeah, my hand movements when I talk also has a lot to do with the tendons that I would talk about, and how, because whenever Macy and I are like, yeah, your tendons look so good, I feel like it gets worse when I have nail polish on or like my nails done and I move my hands a lot. I point everywhere. I go like, I will like take a pencil and I will do like this, and instead of going like the number 5, I'll turn it around like that so you can see. But it's more like, even when my hands aren't polished, I will still go like this a lot, because I'm like, my tendons are so good, look at them, but I'm not gonna say, look at my tendons, yo, because they're gonna be like like people are gonna think that you're crazy. So it's like a kind of like an unspoken thing. Like, I want people to follow my hands because I want people to see my tendons. And then I'm like, look at the weight I lost. Like, look at my hands. Look at my hands, yo. Like, look at the tendons. You can see them, right? I don't even have to wiggle them for you to see them. I don't know what that was. That's me on a daily basis though. Like, you'll walk into my room when I'm not filming and I'm just sitting on my bed going, la la la. I'm so fucking weird. Anyway, if you want a part 2 of this, please let me know. And please also let me know any weird or gross, annoying habits that you do, and leave it in the comments down below. And, or if you relate to any of these things, then thank you. It would be amazing if you would let me know that I'm not the only one, because I'm so weird. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I love you guys. I'll see you all in the next video. Stay body positive. Kate Winchester out. Hasta la bye bye. And God bless your nutty little hearts. And don't forget to go nuts.